Today's sports coverage of the NFL playoffs brings us to chilly, but of course sold out GEHA Field at Arrowhead Stadium in Kansas City. Straight ahead, it's a clash to decide the AFC's representative in the Super Bowl. And it'll be a great one between the Baltimore Ravens and the Kansas City Chiefs. The winner gets a trip to sunny Arizona for Super Bowl 57. The AFC title game is underway from the 6. A solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. The drive will commence with a run by J.K. Dobbins. And he'll do a nice job here just to fight his way back to the line of scrimmage. Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again 2nd and 10. They go play action now. Jackson. He's got a man, complete. Now he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. It's a gain of 35. All right, Charles, let me put you in the head of one of those defenders out there. You have a big play like that go against you so early. What does that shake your confidence?
It shouldn't, but it often does, because your thought process all during the week is how you're going to get after that offense and make your plays. And when they make one against you, it makes you a little bit hesitant.
Time to regroup. Throwing on 1st down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
Had the right idea there, trying to throw it to the sideline, but he let him just a little bit too much, trying to get it out to his receiver. Ends up falling to the ground, incomplete.
From the 34, they'll come to the line on 2nd and 10. Jackson on the give to Dobbins. They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4.
I really like the vision he displayed on that play, because he saw there wasn't a way to completely break off a huge gain. So he found where there was the most space and got what he could. A nice dirty run that's a positive play for the offense.
That ball caught. It's Mark Andrews, the tight end. Down inside the 10. And he will reach the 5-yard line before going out of bounds. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
That's a big conversion there on 3rd down, and this has been a great opening drive. You know, at this point, they'd hate to settle for 3, but they've created a fresh set of downs and a 1st and goal.
They'll try to run it in, going option right. And he's going to press this one forward as they stop it right around the 1. Give him 4 yards there on the 1st down keeper. So he is able to turn that into positive yardage, but I think it's fair to say that those are not the shots you're wanting your quarterback to have to absorb.
And he has to know sometimes when to say when. You have to know when to give yourself up, and let's face it, not easy for these guys to do because they're competitors as well. But sometimes you do learn your lesson the hard way, as he did there.
And I don't think he got in. The big bodies up front held him at the 1. Call it no gain on the keeper, and it's going to bring up a 3rd down. Driven it down the field nicely here on the opening drive, and now it's put up or shut up.
No doubt about it, because to make that type of a drive and ultimately kick a field goal would feel very disappointing. But I'm just wondering.
And he'll get in. Touchdown, Baltimore. J.K. Dobbins taking it in from a yard out. And the Ravens are on the board first here in this AFC Championship game. The point after, no gimme in the snow, but it's up and good. And it's now a 7-0 game. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. Now this is going to be returned from the back line of the end zone. And the decision to come out of the end zone is going to cost him 5 yards as he's taken down right at the 20. Mahomes will lead the Chiefs up 1st and 10 at the 20. They'll try and start this drive in the air. That is caught by Smith-Schuster. 20, 10, 5, and all the way in for a Kansas City touchdown. Juju Smith-Schuster, an 80-yard touchdown. And the Chiefs are able to strike back quickly with an opening touchdown of their own. Extra point by Butker is on target, and we are tied at 7. Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Offense set at the line for this next drive. So the offense coming back out here, plenty of energy, ready to roll, looking to just add to what they have been doing after scoring a touchdown, Charles, their last time out. And that's a great feeling to have on the sideline, partner, knowing you just won the battle against the opposing defense. And since they came off the field, I'll guarantee you all they want to do is get back out there because they know they have the upper hand on that defense right now. On 1st and 10, it's Dobbins. And he'll take it across the 50 and into Chief territory. 8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on 2nd and short. The success there, Charles, coming on the outside of the field in the ground game. Curious to see if that continues as we progress. Yeah, we often talk about a variety in play calling and usually between run and pass. But in this case, with strictly the run game, you can be creative there as well. Run it inside, run it outside, keep the defense off balance. And he'll get it inside the 40 to the 39. 7 yards there and a first down. Usually we see runs like this as the defense breaks down later in the game, but this guy is setting the tone early, running through all types of tackles and putting the defense back on its heels. Throwing on first down, it's Jackson. That's complete, left side to Bateman. And they'll work this down inside the 30. I know this may be jumping the gun a little bit, but 7-7, they're flinging it around like crazy. Look at the drive that's going on here. Partner, we may have to start thinking about one of these defenses just holding someone to a field goal and maybe trying to get an advantage that way. They'll throw on first down with Jackson. It's Dobbins on the out route, bringing it in. And out of bounds right around the 20. A gain of 8 there on the play. And they'll be left with second and a couple. They go back to the ground with Dobbins. And he is swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play, and now they're faced with a 3rd and 1. This will be play number 7 on the drive. 3rd and a yard. Now Jackson. Open man is Bateman. It's complete. And he'll be out of bounds, taking it just shy of the 10 at the 11 or the 12. Jackson to Bateman there. First down, Ravens. He'll find Bateman once more. And he'll get nothing out of that one. So he'll be stopped here for no gain. And that will bring up second down.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. You're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
Throwing on second down. Jackson has conveyed to his receiver, Bateman. Showed off the toughness, but still corralled shy of the 5 at the 6. Our score after 1. The offense on third down tonight, a perfect 3 for 3 as they look to keep that streak going. This will be 3rd and 5. Jackson. This will be caught at about the 5. And he'll be stopped well short. Only 2 yards there. 4th and 3.
That pattern and scheme was well defensed on third down. He tried to just sprint from one side of the field to the other, and they got it to him quickly. But no chance at yards after the catch there, and they stopped him short.
Fourth down, here's Jackson. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Justin Reed. And the Chiefs are going to get the ball back on the turnover as they hold on fourth down. The defense looked geared up to stop the run, but obviously, Charles, they were ready for the pass, too.
Yeah, they were hoping they could catch everyone crashing and playing the run, but that was a very ill-advised throw right there. The opportunity, lost.
The drive will begin with a run by Edwards-Helaire. Oh, and he's not going to make it out of the end zone. The push too strong, and that'll be a safety.
The goal here is about getting any kind of positive yardage in this spot because you don't care who, you don't care how. You just want to try and buy a little space and get away from your own end zone. But in this spot, the defense was all over that play and equally motivated to stick them with a safety.
Set at the line for this next drive. As the offense comes out here, Charles, remember they threw the interception last time out, but they were moving the football down the field. Looked like they were going to have a sustained drive that ended in points, but then the pick, tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Picked off by L'Jarius Sneed. And the Chiefs are going to take possession of the football. And they'll take possession already in the red zone and in a great spot to add points to the scoreboard.
And Brandon, how many times have we seen a defense with a lot of field behind them get even more aggressive, right? They feel like they've got them not pinned down, but in a favorable spot for them. And they took advantage of it there, got a nice interception, and set up their offense in great shape.
That's good. The completion there for 7 yards, and that's going to bring up second down. Mahomes on the give to Edwards-Helaire. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. He got maybe a half yard at most, but officially they'll be left with a 3rd and 2. The free safety roaming all the way up to the line of scrimmage to make that stop.
How about his ability to trust his eyes and figure out it was not a pass play and go fast towards the line of scrimmage in order to make that tackle.
Mahomes looking to throw on 3rd and 2. And it's going to be incomplete. He was able to catch it there on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. And it's going to bring up 4th down. Well, the other day they told us when we've got 3rd and 5 or less, we have to be able to convert. And I guess every team would say that, Charles, but an opportunity missed there.
What they were trying to tell us is they believe it's a matchup game at that point. And they liked some matchups that they had, thought they could exploit them, unable to do so on that play.
So golden field position there squandered as they can muster only a field goal.
Yeah, you were gifted a 1st-and-goal situation, but I have to give credit to the defense. They were brought out in a really tough situation, so give them credit for holding them to 3. That's a pretty nice accomplishment.
Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And for this offense, Charles, you got to think kind of crucial here to put something together on this drive, because remember last time out they threw the interception on the very first play.
And you can't afford to let this defense keep building any.
Oh, for the third time, Jackson going to be intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Jalen Smith. And the Chiefs are going to take possession of the football. Now, I'm not sure that the wheels, Charles, are coming completely off, but they're shaking a little bit. That's 3 interceptions, and now interceptions here on back-to-back drives.
And I think about what a Hall of Fame coach told me that he always told his teams when a mistake.
And he takes this into the end zone for a Chiefs touchdown. Clyde Edwards-Helaire, 28 yards. And the Chiefs are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. And that is off the left upright. It's no good. Now he's back out there to boom this one away, maybe with some frustration after the PAT miss. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, had your fun? All right.
Throw it out the window.
Yeah, let's get back on track here. And sometimes that'll work just fine.
I guess it's time now to lean on that leadership. Jackson's throw into the hands of Andrews. And they're able to get this one across the 35. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Jackson looking for Bateman. He's got him complete. It'll go down as a gain of 6, and it'll be 2nd down. Here's Jackson. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
Certainly appeared to take away his first read, and by the time he tried to look elsewhere and find an open target, the coverage was too good. That one falls incomplete.
Now they face a 3rd down and 4 after that incompletion on 2nd down. Jackson now. That's taken in by Duvernay. And he'll be brought down with a 1st down as the tackle's made at the Chiefs' 42. And they'll get 14 yards out of it and a fresh set of downs. So now 1st and 10 in Chiefs territory at the 42-yard line. This pass complete. Jackson finding Andrews. So the completion good for 6 yards, and that'll make it 2nd down.
Obviously, this has not been a banner game throwing the football. So what you got to do, you got to kind of down focus, don't you think? Find the tight end, take some easier completions.
Yeah, interception last drive. There he hits the reliable target. Again, Jackson. And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. And the Chiefs are going to take over once again at their own 37-yard line. KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. And thus far, the weather has not slowed this offense down one bit. They've looked good so far in the first half.
They certainly have. And think back to our meeting with the head coach. And we asked him, because we saw the forecast for this game, didn't we? We said, hey, have you prepared for this? And he talked about the different drills that they've done in adverse conditions, the wet ball drills, things of that nature. He said, I don't think it's going to slow us down much. We tend to handle it pretty well, and he's been right.
Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete.
And this drive was almost over before it began, thanks to a great defensive effort. Sack on first down, followed by an incompletion. One more good rep, and they get off the field.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. Oh, what a bad throw there. It's intercepted. Picked off by Kyle Fuller. And the Ravens are going to take possession of the football.
And I think this is a situation where quarterback coach in the sideline is going to talk to a signal caller and say, listen, it's 3rd and long, and it's still early in the game. Let's not force things here. If we don't feel good about it, let's just check something down and pump the football.
A give up the middle to Dobbins. And some room to maneuver. And all the way in for a Ravens touchdown. J.K. Dobbins with his 2nd touchdown here in this first half. And the Ravens are within an extra point of tying up this ball game. Tucker with the extra point, and that is going to tie our game as we approach halftime. So we're right back where we started, all even as the kick's away. Fielded right around the 8. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. It was still more than a minute to go in the half. Time to try to mount a drive.
And I would think that they would have to. This is today's NFL. You got to push it whenever you get an opportunity. You can never have enough points with the high-powered offenses that you face. And analytics will tell you, try and score when given the opportunity. Brandon, there have been some memorable snow games for championships in the NFL. 1948, Philadelphia Eagles, Chicago Cardinals.
Well, the most famous one in my lifetime, I think, is got to be 01, right? Raiders, Patriots, to send the Patriots to the Super Bowl.
You had to go to the Tucker roll, didn't you?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's one people remember. I also know this. In Miami, the infamous one, the snowplow game in New England, when they went out there and the Patriots had a guy come out and clear a spot on the field for their field goal kicker to kick the game winner.
Is that 82?
That was 82, and the Dolphins fans will never forget it.
Well, we're not seeing one of those famous games here, but it's fun to be in the snow nonetheless. This is caught. Yeah, the Chiefs are looking at 1st and goal as he's tackled all the way down at the 2-yard line. The Ravens going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in half number 1. They'll run with Edwards-Helaire. And he takes it into the end zone across the chalk. Now there is a flag down, but I think that's offsides on the defense.
Yeah, I think that's going to stand, partner.
Extra point by Butker is on target. And they will take a 7-point lead. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. And he'll very wisely take a knee here as they'll bring this one out to the 25 on the touchback. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. With his slim deficit closing in on the end of the first half, we'll see if they can move this at least into field goal range and try to get 3 out of this drive. On 1st and 10, it's Jackson. His throw incomplete. That is the first time that they've targeted him that he has not come down with a catch.
He's caught everything that's been thrown his way. A dominant pass receiver that can break down any defense, because when he's doing that kind of work, it really hurts you on the back end.
And even though it's an incompletion there, I think they're going back to that well. Jackson now on 2nd and 10. He'll swing this out to Dobbins. He'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31. Now a second timeout called for by the defense, as the clock will stop with 35 seconds to go in quarter number 2. And the Chiefs showing a dime look as they defend this third down. To throw is Jackson. And this is going to be incomplete.
That could be the stop this defense needed to get them back on track. They've been pretty well dissected by the offense here in the first half. After that possession, now they know that they can compete with this offense.
They'll try and throw for it with Jackson. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. So certainly an interesting call there to go for it. And the Chiefs will have the football back in excellent field position. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Mahomes going to throw. Crossing the formation, and it's Edwards-Helaire bringing it in. The Chiefs quickly now going to use the last of their timeouts, as the clock will stop with 21 seconds to go here in the first half. A chance to really cap off a big first half here as they come up on 1st and goal. Mahomes now to throw. Toward the pylon, caught. Touchdown. Clyde Edwards-Helaire. As the first half is winding down, and the Chiefs would extend their lead here just before halftime. Extra point by Butker is on target, and the lead now up to 14. So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee and they'll bring the football out to the 25. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
So we are halfway home to figuring out who will represent the AFC in the Super Bowl. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, set and ready to rock for the third quarter. One more half to decide who takes home the Lamar Hunt Trophy as we're back underway in this AFC Championship. And here comes a return from the middle of the end zone. And ultimately, he stopped right where he would have been if he had simply gone down to a knee at the 25. The KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. And I think here with the lead, CD, they have to resist that temptation to kind of looking ahead. Would you agree?
Absolutely, I would agree, because they know the stakes. They know the winner of this game goes to the Super Bowl. And this one, it's far from over. They were the better team in the first half, but they do know that they're facing their toughest opponent of the year. And they've got to be prepared for them to fight it out all the way and add a few extra wrinkles in the second half as well. They need to stay on guard.
On second down, a run with Edwards-Helaire. And once again, they stop him behind the line. Great job by this Ravens defense. That's a big loss of 3, and it brings up third down.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively, because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage.
Throwing is Mahomes on third. And incomplete on the deep ball. Not his best throw there, but where we sit right now in the third quarter, he's had a pretty good game throwing the football.
He certainly has, and it's not exactly at the point where we're doing 4-minute offense yet, but they've got to think about, I'm not going to say milking the clock, but understanding clock management here on out.
And not the result they were hoping for there, at least in terms of the kick team, as that'll get out of bounds at just the 35-yard line. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. They'll start on the ground with Dobbins. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2.
That was a good forceful run, and it demonstrates why you've got to put your body on a runner when you're trying to tackle him. If you just go in there and just try and get him down with arm tackles, usually doesn't work very well, and we saw on that play, he'll run right through those attempted plays.
And he'll be brought down just shy of midfield at the 49-yard line. 80 yards for him on the ground now. He has been a tough man to bring down all night.
2nd and 2 is prime time for a little bit of a gamble, isn't it? Open up the playbook, go play action, toss that bad boy deep. But in this situation, go ahead and give it to your back. Let him pick up a first down. Keep the sticks moving.
And he works his way forward to pick up 4 yards there, 2nd down.
And that was a quality play to start a new set of downs. That was simply an offensive line winning the battle up front and winning in a big way and giving their guy in the backfield a nice lane to hit.
On 2nd down, a run with Dobbins. And he'll be brought down, it looks like right at the 40. 7 yards there and a first down.
I'm okay with the call there. In fact, I actually like it. I know they're down a couple of scores, but the running game worked in that situation. I would continue to go in that direction.
They'll go again with Dobbins. And he gets this to the 35. Good for a gain of 5.
This drive is pretty clear. Almost feels like old school fundamentals, doesn't it? Want to impose their will on the defense. Was that 5 straight runs?
Yeah, 5 straight carries to start this drive. And like you said, the way it's working, they may just stick with it. And he'll be taken down here just shy of the 30. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. They'll try to run for it with Dobbins. And he's able to work his way down inside the red zone to the 19-yard line. 12 yards to pick up there. Good for a Raven first. So here's a 1st and 10 now down inside the 20. Here's Dobbins. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. Play action. It's Jackson. And now here's another interception. Picked off by the linebacker, Jalen Smith. And the Chiefs force the turnover, and they'll take over at the 10. I'm starting to wonder, Charles, if 5 interceptions, is that the last that we've seen of him?
Well, I think that a lot of people hope that's the last they've seen of him in this game, probably including himself. If this were baseball, the manager would have been at the mound already and asked for the ball, and he'd be in there getting a shower. But in football, you might have to go stand on the sideline and watch the rest of it and see if your backup can do any better.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. To throw, it's Mahomes. A slant to Jones. And he's taken down, but not before reaching the 20. That one good for 12 yards and a Kansas City first. Now a carry for Edwards-Helaire. And this time they were waiting for him as he'll be knocked down before he can get back to the line of scrimmage. Odafe Owe so quick, and he gets to him there behind the line. After the loss, they'll come up 2nd and 13. Throwing now is Mahomes. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
As his old brain remembers, when I see 5 wide receivers on the field as a defender, I know the ball's coming out hot. They expected it and got there and popped it free.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. They go play fake. Mahomes. Open man, Smith-Schuster, it's complete. And way up past the 35 before he's taken down. 1 quarter remains until we crown the AFC champion. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. They go back to the ground with Edwards-Helaire. Taken down at the 42. And I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely. You want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense. Do they have to use timeouts? What are they going to do to stop you? You're taking charge.
And very little daylight there. He'll get a couple up to the 44.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
From the gun on 3rd down, Mahomes. And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. More than one defender there, and that's a loss of 5 on the sack. Here's the Chiefs punter now, as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. Crochet on the return. It'll be a 40-yard punt, 8 on the return, and the Ravens, they'll take over. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And they are in need of points here, no doubt about that. With a Super Bowl berth on the line and trailing here in the 4th quarter, this possession gigantic. Buried by multiple defenders on the drive's first play. Don't need it all back at once, but you figure they're going to need something here. 17 yards to go on 2nd down. Another try after the 1st down sack. Jackson. So the completion gets him just a yard. And they're going to be staring at a 3rd and long here. You got the big lead defensively. Willing to give him that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle him after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that
way. The offense on 3rd down tonight, they've been very good. 5 for 7 thus far. This is 3rd and 16. Now Jackson. And my goodness, another interception. Well, all I can do up here is just shake my head. I mean, 6 interceptions. I cannot imagine what he's thinking between the ears right now.
Well, just think of how it is for his teammates, because after the first few, you know they're going over to him, hey, we'll get them next time. Now they're probably a little bit frustrated. And if you're a receiver, you're thinking to yourself, any ball that's in the air, you become receiver and defensive back. You've got to go compete for the ball so that you don't get another one picked off.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. They'll run here with Edwards-Helaire. And he gets it down to the 32. 40 yards rushing for him now with a couple of touchdown runs to boot. All right, I got to ask you, with these RPOs, essentially the quarterback has 3 options, right? So what's different from that versus the triple option that we see the service academies run at the college level?
As a general rule, the triple option at the college level, most things are called outside of the quarterback faking it to the runner and then keeping it himself and maybe having a trail back. What I mean is, in the NFL, that option to throw the football all comes about organically. It's a natural deal based on reads. In college, if you're going to throw the football for triple option, you've actually called that play.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. Once again, they'll go from the 23-yard line on 2nd and 10. Play action. Now it's Mahomes. It's Kelsey on the ground. And he'll be taken down at about the 22-yard line. He's been quiet today in the passing game, just his 2nd catch.
Yeah, and people have to come up with schemes to limit him. And what a lot of teams do, they'll double him, use a linebacker underneath, a safety over the top. Sometimes they'll just take a corner, maybe their 3rd corner if he's a bigger guy, and put him on it man-to-man to try and limit his touches. Just keep mixing it up, give him different angles.
And intercepted, maybe the turning point they need. Kyle Hamilton picks it. And the Ravens are right back in this football game. Now with that interception, you feel like we got a ball game again. Remember, a 2-score contest and still time left here in the 4th.
And in the old days, not too long gone either. Throwing the ball here would have been an absolute no-no, but the way the game's played now, throwing it makes sense. You just have to be careful when you put it in the air.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. That is caught. Rashad Bateman. And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. So it's Raven football here as we welcome you back. They've got a 1st and 10 as they search for a late score. So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. To the sideline, and that is a heck of a catch as he was able to get both feet in. He's been a one-man wrecking crew these last couple of plays. This time 18 more and a 1st down. Throwing, Jackson. And in for the Ravens touchdown. Mark Andrews, a 15-yard touchdown grab. And the Ravens have made it a 1-score game again here in the 4th. They get one more as the extra point's up and good. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this 4th quarter. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. This one fielded at the 5. And a decent return out to the 27-yard line. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. And this game not quite over yet. And we'll likely... Oh, the ball is out. Edwards... And the offense will get this one back. Boy, that could have been catastrophic at this late stage of the game, but they avoid disaster.
Wow, that ball gets knocked free, but a teammate comes along and scoops it up. Almost like... it's almost like baseball. Guys at bat, people are on base in scoring position. One guy doesn't get him home. The next guy comes through and picks him up.
And avoids the turnover. Now this throw caught left side. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. The Ravens going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll get it with just over 90 seconds to go in the ballgame. That goes for a gain of 31. So the line of scrimmage moves all the way across the 50 now as they come up 1st and 10. Now Edwards-Helaire. And a good job of finding the open space to run as he's down close to the 30 here. 55 rushing yards, rushing on 12 carries for him now.
Well, as we've learned over the years, just because a guy plays left tackle doesn't mean he doesn't have run blocking abilities, and we just saw it there. Controlled the line of scrimmage, created a big gain.
That's kind of a bonus. He's there to protect that high value that you have back under center, but he creates space in the run game.
Yeah, not only can he dance, he can mash, too.
Right back to Edwards-Helaire on first down. He'll be dropped at the 25 after a gain of 6. Ravens going to use their third and final timeout as they'll stop it with 40 seconds remaining in this fourth quarter. Charles, why didn't they just take the knee there?
You're asking the question that I'm asking as well, because we've seen a lot of football where coaches decide maybe to get a little greedy. I don't know if they're doing it for stats or for what reason. We've seen it happen in college and in the NFL. The miracle of the Meadowlands. All they had to do was take a knee and the game was over. The Giants ran it one more time, guy popped free. Philadelphia picks it up and wins the game.
What year was that?
1978. I think it was in November.
I'll tell you, far from ideal conditions to play in, but neither